welcome to the 21-22 school year. My name is Mrs. Frizzell, and I will be teaching your online 2D art class. I am an online teacher here at CBA. Primarily, I teach the middle school science classes. This year, if you're in 8th grade online science, you have me as well. And you may have already seen my welcome video. So much of this will probably be review for you, and you certainly don't have to watch it again. For those who only have me for art, I wanted to share a little bit about myself, because sometimes when we work in an online classroom, we don't get a chance to truly get to know each other. We're just two people sitting behind computer screen, and I would love to get to know you guys better, and hopefully allow you to get to know me a little bit better as well. So just a heads up, if you have me for art, you may or may not have me as your homeroom teacher. In fact, most of you probably do not have me for homeroom. So as we get started this first week of school, you'll hear from your homeroom teacher, but you won't hear from your individual course teachers. So just to help you get started, some things I would recommend. One, open up that student orientation class, work through it. There are videos and instructions that show you specifically how to work through your online classes. And then go ahead, open up your online art class, read through the landing page content. You'll see some specific information on how to get started. And then I'd like for you to jump into Module 1 and just check out your classes, how they're laid out, kind of read through the first lessons. As always, as you're working, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out through email, phone, or if you have Microsoft Teams loaded to your computer, we can always video chat or chat that way. You can also call me through Teams if you don't have your own phone. So I've put together a little presentation just to show you a bit about me and help you get to know me. And so I'm going to turn my camera the other way so that you can see that. So welcome. My name again is Mrs. Frizzell, and I live in a town called Chewelah, Washington. It's located in Northeast Washington, about an hour north of Spokane, in between the Spokane and the Canadian border. So this picture is taken from Main Street in town. This picture here to the right of it, almost identical. The only difference is it includes our one stoplight, and it's kind of a little joke we have around town. It's just it seems like directions anywhere in Chewelah are based on the stoplight. And people who are not from here will often say, well, which stoplight? And we say, well, the only stoplight. So just kind of one of those little quirks to our small town. I actually grew up in Western Washington, southeast of Seattle, in a town called Maple Valley. And every year I get at least one student from Maple Valley. So I expect maybe I'll get another one of you guys this school year too. Spent a lot of time, at least my adult years, in Alaska as well. I lived in the town of Esther, Alaska, which was nearby Fairbanks, and just wanted to include this map on the left to just give you guys a little bit of just allow you to picture where we are in Washington and where Alaska is in relation to Washington. So I reference Alaska a lot more in my science classes that I teach, but you'll probably hear me talk a little bit about that in art as well. So some things about me. I loved my time in Alaska. These are just a few pictures taken either at home or near home. The Northern Lights taken from home. This is the Chitna River. We spent a lot of time fishing and camping here. Glacier Landing on Denali. Winter camping, and then bears everywhere. That was also taken from the Denali National Park. Day length in Alaska, one of the biggest questions I always get is, how do you survive the long winter days? And this is a topic we actually talk about quite a bit in science, but due to the Earth's tilt and how far north Alaska is, in the summers we're faced more directly toward the sun. So this picture taken at 2 a.m., you'll see it's still daylight, whereas in the winter, the northern hemisphere is pointed away from the sun. So in Washington, we get shorter days during the winter, same in Alaska. This picture was taken at 2 p.m. and you'll see the sun has already set. So this picture was taken from my living room, and I can watch the sunrise right here to the left of the mountain. That usually happens around 11, and then about 2 it dips down below the horizon. So the sun never really gets that high up into the sky, and it makes for interesting dark days. Here in Chihuahua, I live on a working cattle ranch. My family runs a cattle ranch, and so when I'm not teaching, I'm often outside, and I love any chore that puts me on a horse's back. So here we are, just kind of riding windrows. Windrows are just when hay is cut, you'll see it's in these long rows where we're able to bale it. And in this picture on the right, just riding fences, make sure that everything is in good order. Lots of cows and calves around here. Calving season, of course, probably one of the more fun times of the year. Just a couple of the cows from around the place. Horses, as you remember me saying, I love chores that allow me to be on horseback, and these are just a few of the horses from the place. These are two babies that were born here. Believe it or not, this big guy in the back is this baby horse right here. And even grown as he is now, he still cuddles just like he does, just as he did when he was a baby, so kind of cool. We have 3 dogs, Elwood, Maggie, and Minnie. Elwood and Maggie are Newfoundlands. Elwood is he's a pretty big boy. He's about 140 pounds, loves to drool. He's quite the character, and you'll often see him when we're video chatting. He likes to hang out. Maggie especially loves to hang out, always under my feet. And when video chatting, she can often be heard snoring. And so I'm often asked, what's that noise? It's usually just Maggie laying at my feet, bored of school and snoozing. Minnie, I have no idea what kind of dog Minnie is, but her name is Minnie because she's pretty small compared to the Newfoundlands. She's only about 30 pounds. Minnie is full of energy, so we're constantly on the go, walking, running, whatever else. I included these pictures just so you can see what it looks like where we live. The Newfoundlands are constantly getting into trouble. On the right, Maggie ate a birthday cake. I don't think she's too ashamed of herself. And then on the left, taking Elwood for a walk. I snapped a picture of my watch just because I didn't think anybody would believe me. We've made it not even a half a mile. Our pace is about 32 minutes a mile, and he's already done, ready for a nap. And so Elwood has been known to just decide to take a nap whenever he feels like it, and he's blocked traffic a time or two. Skiing, love spending our winter skiing. The pictures on the left and right were taken from our local mountain, 49 degrees north. In fact, the people on that chair are my people. That's my husband, my nephew, and a couple other family members. Kayaking is another hobby. Most of these pictures are taken from the area. These two on the left were taken at Ross Lake in Washington, Priest Lake in North Idaho, which is probably pretty familiar to a lot of our Spokane kids. And then on the right, this is one of my favorite trips. This was taken at Jackson Lake, just south of Yellowstone National Park in the Grand Tetons. One of our favorite things is just to load up the kayaks and kayak from spot to spot and camp, and a pretty fun way to spend the day. I love reading all different genres. I included the Harry Potter books here just because a few years back I got to take a trip to Universal Studios and visit the Harry Potter theme park, which was a lot of fun. And I know that a lot of you have also read those books, so I just wanted to share some pictures from my travels with you. I like to travel. I don't get to do it all that often, but Scotland is a place I really enjoyed. I included these pictures because the castle one, I thought it was really pretty, but it's also one of the most photographed castles in the world. And then on the left, this is Glencoe. It's in the Scottish Highlands, but absolutely beautiful landscape. And some of you might recognize this landscape because it was used as the backdrop in several different movies, including the Harry Potter series. So yeah, kind of cool. Iceland, as a science teacher, I especially loved my time in Iceland. It's an area where 2 continental plates meet, and because of that, there's a lot of geologic activity. If you're in my science class, we'll probably talk about this later in the school year. Gardening, loved to garden. In a former life, I was a high school horticulture teacher, so spend my time digging in the dirt during the summer months. And then Cougar football. I am a WSU alum, and we spend a lot of our Saturdays down in Pullman watching Cougar football. This picture on the far right includes somebody very special to me. This is Lynn. We call her our Swiss daughter. We don't have kids of our own. And so Lynn was an exchange student from Switzerland, and she spent a year with us. And this is Lynn and her friend B, and B's from Italy. And one of their favorite things about their time in America was going down to Pullman to watch football games, and just the school spirit, something that's not quite as common where they're from. So kind of special. Anyways, that's me. I've talked about myself far long enough. I would love to learn a little bit more about you as we work our way through the school year. So please, please, please feel free. Drop me a note. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And yeah, so as we get going in the art class, I look forward to seeing your artwork and can't wait to learn more about you. Welcome.